Chat. If you're new here, I'm Norma Shepherd, the director of the Mobile Millinery Museum and the author of 5 books on vintage fashion, including 1,000 hats. And today I want to bring you a collection of 3. 3 of anything, of course, is a collection. So this is a sub-collection in our vast Mobile Millinery Museum archive of 3 very avant-garde hats slash headpieces. They sort of fit into a nice little color palette, the 3 of them. I'm going to start 2 of the 3 I have shown on another video. It was a virtual presentation to an Ontario museum where I spoke about my favorite Canadian millinery designers, and I can link to that one in the description box below. But they're worth seeing again. This one, now, if you're familiar with fashion editorials, you'll recognize that this piece is an editorial millinery piece. It's done on a headband. Oh my gosh. It's fabulous. It doesn't even fit into the screen. So there you go. And it's just as fabulous in the back as it is in the front. But this is not something that is an everyday hat or even a dress-up hat for them. This is definitely a high fashion editorial. This is by Maria Curcic, and I will link to her in the description box as well. She is quite a prominent Canadian millinery designer. My videos are not sponsored, by the way. I just show what I like, and her pieces are quite creative and also flattering, and she often incorporates vintage doodads into her work. And I say doodads, flowers, feathers, there are jewelry, there's some metal pieces on here, there's some fringe, and the base of this is black velvet hairband. So that's the first. The second is also by Maria, and I have not shown this before. It's also on a black velvet hairband, and this is a veiled piece, and it's really designed, there's 2 layers of the veiling. It's quite a glitzy metallic gold, and this is not designed like a wedding veil where one of the layers would come over your face. It is just, let's get it on, designed to be worn like so. You might want to, you could consider it for New Year's Eve, depending on what you're wearing, what type of a party you're going to. It's quite fabulous. It's light. Again, I always say with her pieces, they don't move. You don't need to worry about your hair or having to adjust the hat, anything like that. So, another favorite millinery, Canadian millinery designer of mine is Miriam K. Henney. And I have mentioned before that I met her a few years ago at a coffee shop, actually, in Toronto, and she was sitting there in what I would say an outrageous hat, so outrageous that even I would not be wearing it, and that's saying something for any of you who know me. Anyway, she was sketching. Hadn't met her, didn't know who she was, but because she was wearing such a fabulous hat, of course I had to stop and speak to her, and of course we clicked right away. She's fabulous. And at the time she was sketching a hat, and oh gosh, it's done in pencil, so I hope you can see this. She was just sketching it on a little calendar page, and she stopped what she was doing and we had a chat, and then she asked me my opinion of this hat. And she does do some fabulous what I would call stacked hats, a hat on a hat on a hat. They are quite fabulous. Check her out online and you'll see what I mean. And so she asked me what I thought of this notion of a collar hat, like a men's stiff collar. I fell in love with it. Absolutely. I said, absolutely, you have to make it. So she did. She made a prototype, which I purchased. And this is the prototype. And again, I guess I'm really drawn to black velvet hairbands today. This one is a poofy one. And to me, I love this for so many reasons. It gives the idea, of course, of this wonderful starched men's collar look, very reminiscent of days gone by. To me, it also, perched the way it is, makes me think of a nurse's cap, and I was a nurse full-time for 18 years. And also, it has a bit of a clerical collar look about it, and that's something I grew up with as well. My dad was a United Church minister. So all in all, I just think it's just so fabulous. And I think she's done a couple of versions of this, but I was so happy to purchase this prototype. You don't even need these ties, the black velvet ties. But I have been photographed in it with this tied under my chin, and it's just a really fun avant-garde hat. I hope I'm not making you dizzy today with all of my maneuverings of the screen, but I wanted to bring you these fun avant-garde pieces. I will see you again Monday, and in the meantime, hit like, share, subscribe if you have a mind to, and have a hatty day.